with another video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So in this video, as you guys can see by the title, we're gonna be going over the 2 trades that I took together that I think I held for about 3 or 4 days that made me a total of $60,000. So for those of you guys that haven't seen, I do like a little pop-up right here of a quick trades that I took. So I actually did not expect to make this amount of money from these trades. This was just, I took these trades according to my plan. I literally just set and forget, and then I moved on. You know, I kind of woke up on the 3rd morning and I'm like, what the f? That's kind of where I realized where the trades were at. So I'm gonna be showing you guys a full top-down analysis of how I approach the market. It's gonna be a very simple approach. I don't really like complicating it that much because it's just, there's really no need to complicate it. The less things you have on the charts, the better, because you actually get to see what the charts are showing you. You're not overcomplicating it, filling it with a bunch of different Fibonacci's, trend lines, EMAs, Bollinger, but you don't need any of the stuff. Market structure is key. So I'm gonna be showing you guys in this video exactly how I approach this market. If you guys wanna see a little more detailed video of my exact entry signals or my exact entry confirmations, so make sure you watch the video all the way to the end. I drop a bunch of little gems throughout the whole entire video. I drop a little bit of psychology, a little bit of how I actually go about the risk management and all of that stuff. So make sure you watch the video to the end, hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the charts. Just because I've been working towards this all year, so I'm gonna be popping a little screenshot here. Yes, real profits. You cannot fake withdrawals. Trust me, I've tried to do it on demos. It doesn't work. I've tried everywhere around. It just doesn't happen. So yeah, these are real profits. I've literally been trying to break this literally biggest day, because my biggest day was 10K, right? So I got my biggest trade or biggest day at the beginning of the year, and then every trade after that I have literally been trying to break that record. I mean, every single trade I'm like, all right, this trade is not going to be a 10K trade, it's going to be now a 15, 20, 30, and literally for the course of 11 months and 20 days, I kid you not, 11 months and 20 days, I have been attempting to break that record, and it just never happened. I just kept either cutting short or cutting right at my previous biggest trade, which is 10K, and I just did that for the course of 11 months because I'm basically chasing this goal record that I'm trying to break, right? So I'm no longer looking at the markets. I'm now approaching this kind of personal way or emotional way, and it just eliminates all the reality that was on my trading plan. So I started taking trades a little more aggressive than others, and it just messed everything up. And then these trades that I took right here, literally my intentions were to never make anything. Like I didn't even think about how much I was going to make. Obviously my intentions were to make money, obviously that's why I took the trades, but my intentions weren't, all right, these trades are gonna fucking bring me 50, 60,000. Like, no, like that never crossed my mind. The only thing that crossed my mind was like, these trades look very clean, they have a very nice risk to reward, they have over a 1 to 3, 1 to 4, almost a 1 to 5, this one, and then my other trades. So both these trades together was almost 10%. I'm like, they look clean, they both correlate, let's just take it. That's how I came to the trade according to my plan. And then when I realized, I wake up 2 days later, after, you know, setting and forgetting the trade and all of that, that's where I'm like, holy shit, this shit's at 50K. So that's where I'm like, this is what it's like this just came to me now. I didn't chase it. So that's like kind of like a little tip for you guys, to not chase the money. The money will come if you do everything right according to plan. If you do everything according to your trading rules, the money will follow. Do not chase it, because I'm telling you, it will run. I've been running after that biggest trade since the beginning of the year, and it's been running faster than me. The one time I don't even think about it, it comes right back to me. So just a little tip to you guys. So let's get into this breakdown now, where you guys are going to see that literally this trades that I took, you guys will literally see day in and day out with the markets, because it's just literally, I don't want to say very easy and simple, but like the way that I explain it in the signals or the learn and earn, like literally I break this down every single day in the morning calls, and it's just so simple. We literally predict every single candlestick that is going to happen based off of the hour, the area that it's in, and it's just very easy. We're going to show you guys why we got taken out of this area, why we got in, some people got taken out of break even, how I managed it. So yeah, let's get into this breakdown. All right guys, so let's start off with Euro GBP, but first, before anything, notice what I did. Notice how I sold one pair and I bought the other pair, but I didn't just buy the pound and then set it on the other side, you know, to trade against myself. No, I sold Euro GBP and then I bought GJ. Why? If they're both pound pairs, well, if this pair goes up, that means that the pound is strong. that means that Euro GBP has to go down. It doesn't have to, but it has a very higher probability of going down because of the GBP getting strong. If this goes down, the GBP gets strong. So I actually entered Euro GBP first instead of GJ. So what I did was that if this was giving me bearish momentum, I'm like, all right, bet every other GBP pair across the board has to go bullish, or has a higher probability of going bullish, simply because of this one is indicating to me that the pound is going to start getting strong, right? So you go over here to GJ, and then you notice how obviously we started getting bullish, but just notice this very simple formation right here at the bottom. Very clean left head, and then we entered right here at this right shoulder. Notice how we're getting it on Euro GBP exactly the same, but a lot cleaner. So this is why I use many pairs as a correlation, or kind of as a reference, because it might not print it out as clean, but it has the same intentions. Notice here how we have the same exact head and shoulders that was going to give us the indication that the pound was going to get strong. We go over here to GJ, we see it at the bottom. And if you know, kind of like a little trick to you guys that might not know, you go ahead, you flip the chart, and you can kind of see the same exact left head, right shoulder, as if it were to be on Euro GBP kind of fast. If you kind of go back and forth within the video, you can kind of see that right there. So that by itself right there gave me the indication. Instead of me doubling my risk on Euro GBP, I rather have just put the risk spread out on both of these pairs. Instead of risking 2% or 3% on one, either Euro GBP or GJ, I rather have split that in half, and then I put 1.5 here, 1.5 here, or 2 here, 2 here, however you want to split it up. But instead of putting all of my eggs in one basket, I rather have split it around, because then we get this exact thing right here. Notice how this I pulled out perfectly. Like, this is like pull out perfect, withdraw, take profit going down. Like, this does not get any cleaner than that. And then notice here how we didn't have that spike. Notice how here we kept continuing up. So this is kind of why I like splitting up my risk. All right, so first things first, right? So I start off from the weekly time frame. So very simple. I'm telling you, these are like probably one of the easiest trades I've taken all year. I'm not gonna lie. Like, everybody in the signal shot was fucking going crazy. Literally, notice this super strong support level. Like, you can't help to understand it's just right there in front of you. Like, literally notice this strong level of support, 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 and then we come back into the support level. I'm like, shit, all right, we might reject support again. So that's where I go down to the daily time frame. When I go down to the daily time frame, it's even more clear. We have more support, 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 support. So we get into this area here, and I'm like, all right, cool. We are creating a very strong base. At the time, it was like this. We have had a very clean morning star rejection candlestick. And notice how every single time we come into the support level, what do we have? Morning star, morning star, morning star, morning star, and now we have another morning star. So I'm like, perfect, we're gonna do it again. So that's when I went down to the 4-hour time frame, and then I had identified a beautiful potential. Again, this is a potential left head, and then potential right shoulder. It's only a confirmed right shoulder once it breaks the neckline of this head and shoulders, right? So we actually got this entry right here, whatever, everything was good, we were into nice profit, but then this happened. We came back and we got taken out at break even, which is fine, but I'm like, you know what, this even gives me more confirmation. It looks even cleaner that it's rejecting this area. So that's where I waited for another entry signal. This is where I went down right here to the lower time frames, such as the 1 hour, and then you notice here how it's starting to create a base, another morning star formation, and then this is where we got our entry signal after this huge kind of double bottom, if you want to call it. So I waited for the break of the neckline of that area, and then I kind of entered on this wick pullback of this candlestick, and then pretty much everything else after that is just pretty simple. So along with the double bottom that we got here on the 1 hour, I wouldn't really consider it a double bottom. I consider it a double bottom once it breaks that neckline, how it did here. It comes back and it retests, but that's where I went out to the 4 hour, and I see this beautiful, like beautiful 4 hour rejection doji. And then pretty much I'm like, all right, bet, it's just set and forget after that. We obviously needed another break confirmation from this, you know, neckline of the head and shoulders, because this is still not confirmed a head and shoulders until we break this neckline, or whether you want to put it here or here. We still have to break this neckline, right, in order for it to be confirmed. So I'm like, all right, this is all fine, whatever. After we get this break right here, I'm like, all right, bet. This is where I go down to the daily time frame. I'm like, all right, I need a retracement to come in and retest these very, very, very strong daily bodies. Notice how it struggled to break that area. After this huge, beautiful daily break, I'm like, all right, I need it for it to come back, retest this daily body structure along with round psychological 150 500. For those of you that know, I'm pretty big on round psychological levels. And then by the time it does come back and retest, it'll be retesting the 4-hour EMA. So then that's where we got this wick pullback. It was very volatile for me. This was happening around the around the daily candlestick closure. So I'm like, you know what, I'd rather just set my stops at break even and just let the rest ride. I don't want to enter an added position here. It was pretty, I think there was some news going on or something, but then, you know, kind of looking at it now, back testing it, it's perfect, literally perfect. You get the pullback, retest, bullish engulfing, rejection from EMA, around cycle, like it was there. But I'm not going to be greedy. I'm not going to say that I'm not happy with the returns, but this 60K day could have easily been 100. But everything happens for a reason. So I'm just taking this, learning from it and moving on. But just notice now how at this point, I'm just going with the trend. I'm just going to continue doing my thing. And what I ended up targeting was the next structure level. So what I noticed is after we broke kind of this daily body here, we needed that pullback retracement, which we have already gotten, I believe so. Let me just confirm here. And then what I am now waiting for is I'm waiting for it to target the next structure level. So pretty much I look left and it's just clear traffic, literally just straight clear traffic into this next level right here. You notice here how it's literally resistance, 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 support. So I'm like, this area right here is a very high area where we can potentially come in and then stop. Literally how basically we've done here. Every single time we reject out of this support level, we come to this level, we stop. We come back. What do we do when we come back here? We pull up to this level and then we come back. What do we do here? So I'm like, you know what? I'll take my take profit here and then I'll call it a trade and then we'll move on to the next one, because this is the area where we can potentially have another pullback and just keep messing around in here. And if it does decide to continue to break to the upside, all right, cool. Then I'll wait for the retracement for it to retest EMA, retest support, resistance, and then we just continue with the trade to the upside. So notice how we literally took that trade out like perfectly. Like that take profit could have not been any more perfect. Then obviously after that, what do we literally get after what I just said? Every single time we come into that resistance level, we come back into this support. So we literally come back into this area right here, how I just explained how we crash, then we fall back in, and now from this area we could potentially be looking for bullish to the upside. I did not manage to add any trades here because I was just like, you know what, I milked it last week. I don't want to be any greedy and force any more trades, but just shows you we came back into the support. There was an entry that looked clean, but it is what it is. So you guys can already guess kind of what I'm looking for now, right? So now that we've broken above this very strong resistance level, I was looking for retracement to go long to add a position here, but it hasn't presented itself yet. But this is basically kind of how I went about the trade. Happened relatively fast, but it's a beautiful head and shoulders reversal pattern. Very clean entry signals around this area. Obviously, there's a little more things that I go into detail about my strategy, but you know, I kind of, it'll be a very lengthy explanation. I don't want to make this video too long. I want to get to how I entered Euro GBP2. For any more of that, I do it in the Learn and Earn. Might be coming out with a course later this 2022. Might make that a huge project that I'm kind of working on, but not sure yet. So basically here, Euro GBP was another trade that is very, very clean, right? So you notice how Euro GBP on the weekly time frame, we are yo, it doesn't even focus, bro.
There we go.
Sheesh. I see. Yeah, and I love how the sides are busted down too.
Yeah, I busted them down everywhere. The size all honeycomb set.
Yeah.
You're gonna be shining, bro. And Miami sun's gonna be hitting it really hard.
So tomorrow is gonna get here?